I've known since I was in college. I snuck into his choral rehearsal in the music department and just started singing with people. And he said, "Who are you?" And he sang and played with this wonderful band where you'll hear from Olive today, where I kind of stalked them through the school. I just came to everything they did. One of the first songs I ever heard them do was, "Mr. Producer, I would like to speak to you. Sit down, please, please sit down. Send all apologies to those you can't see. Yes, indeed. Turn out the house lights, they're getting in my way. Secretary, you go home. Mr. Producer, I'll say to you, I want you to get on the phone and tell them." I never heard that note. That was the first song I heard of Joe's. And since that time, I've been working with Joe on so many projects over the years. And I really wanted to sing something of his today, but we couldn't get it all together. But one of the pieces that were most meaningful to him, that I hope will still have a life, is Madam Walker. Is anyone familiar with that?
Yeah.
Michael worked on that with us. And just a piece of that lyric will tell you a lot about you. Madam Walker, what an inspiration. She set her sights on elevation. Had what one said was a harebrained scheme. It was harebrained, all right, like a divine dream that was just gathering steam. We're here to walk the madam walk away. We're here to step into a brand new day. Opportunity is all around. That's what he was about.
Yeah.
Every time I sing that lyric to myself, elevation, opportunity, having a harebrained scheme. Joe was that person. He designed a show for me and my friend Cheryl called Portraits in Blues, a blues suite that we did. He was a graduate of NYU's master's level musical program. He was a family man. Well, one of the cores of Joe, no matter what, was street theater. He loved it, and even in his pains and ills over the last years, he always was getting himself ready to work with Crystal to try and get a script done, whether he was in the hospital, doing rehab, whatever. I personally was on a lot of that journey with him. I saw him 3 days before he died. I was at the hospital with him because his family could not make it, and connected his family into the situation. What I will say to you is that peace was on his face. Peace was in his spirit. I prayed over him. I touched him for all of us. We thought he was missing. And at that time, I had a sickness myself I was getting over. So usually I'm running around with Joe. And I couldn't at this time. But God, in his perfect mercy, waited till I got better enough so I could walk into Harlem Hospital and be there as he transitioned. A life well lived. Joe was kind. That's the first word, kind. And there's something about a life of kindness that is so different than any other kind of life you can live. Never a bad word for a person, always encouraging. I loved him like a brother. I will miss him like a brother. But I know today he's looking at all of you and thanking you, as Crystal said, for letting him live out his dreams. He did the things he wanted to do. He was ornery, but he did the things that he wanted to do. And so in this musical selection today, for him, I want to honor maybe what you do know about and what you don't. But one of the things I knew from Joe that day that I showed up in that